achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem. So once again, welcome to today's call and thank you very much for joining us. Moving on to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. I will let all the devotees on the call to please go ahead with your introductions now.
हरे कृष्ण लीला प्रिय राधा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदास from Sharpur. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Priyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Dhara.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. Yashamati from Vrindavan, India. Yashamati Priya Devidasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
And congratulations Mataji, you too for initiation. Today I knew.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. Enjoy your trip to Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shama Guru Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagari Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji is already joined, so I think we can start the call.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. We're extremely fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji here with us today. And Prabhuji would be enlightening us by discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1 and verse 48. But before we dive into this nectarine class, I will request Vinita Gandharvika Mataji to share a brief introduction about today's speaker, His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and over to you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha. So today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaura Prabhu. I would like to give a brief introduction. Sukumar Gaura Prabhu was born in Maharashtra, India in 1980. Brought up in social background where spirituality was often questioned. Later, he developed a natural taste for inquiry into the mystery of God's creation. He passed his engineering in Pune, mechanical engineering in 2003. He came into touch with the devotees of International Society for Krishna Consciousness in 2003. He found all his questions answered in the books of Srila Prabhupada. As a student of MBA Finance, he studied Srila Prabhupada books and became a sincere practitioner. He joined the NCDEX as an assistant manager and worked for 3 years. Later, he took on a 2-year brahmachari course, training course in Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple, Mumbai, and was initiated into Brahma Matva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya by His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj in 2010. He was in youth preaching department and was in the seva of guiding the youth. He always wanted to share his joy of Krishna consciousness with the youth. So he gave up his job and decided to help the misguided youth by helping them understanding the message of Bhagavad Gita. He joined ISKCON Chowpatty as a resident in 2009. Later, he was posted to ISKCON Nasik Temple. He is serving as a youth counselor in various colleges of Nasik. He conducts seminars on personality development, topics in education and corporate sectors. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, over to you, Mataji. I don't see Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji is there. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing the brief introduction about our today's speaker. Hare Krishna, Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I'd like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna.
So we will start with our Mangalacharan prayers and then we'll take the shloka. Is my voice audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, absolutely.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhuttale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminatha Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna. So can we see the shloka?
Yes, Prabhu, just give me a minute.
Yeah. So today we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter number 1, and the final shloka of this chapter, text number 48. Yes, thank you. So here we have the shloka before us. Shri Yudhishthira Uvacha Vidveshoddaite putre katham asin mahatmani bruhi me bhagavan yena pralladasya chutatmata. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Yudhishthir inquired, O my Lord Narad, why was there such enmity between Hiranyakashipu and his beloved son Prahlad Maharaj? How did Prahlad Maharaj become such a great devotee of Lord Krishna? Kindly explain this to me. All the devotees of Lord Krishna are called Achyutatma because they follow in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. Achyuta refers to infallible Lord Vishnu, whose heart is always infallible. Because devotees are attached to the infallible, they are called Achyuta Atma. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 7th canto, 1st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. 7th canto, 1st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Supreme Lord is Equal to Everyone. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Grateful to all of you for allowing me to make a presentation on Srimad Bhagavatam, seeking the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis so that I can repeat what I have heard from my seniors. This is a very beautiful shloka, seemingly a very short purport given by Srila Prabhupada, but when you dive deep in the word-to-word translation, you'll find so much Srila Prabhupada is revealed in this one shloka. Here Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking, 7th canto begins with the questions of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and the event of Rajasuya Yajna is presented in this first chapter. The sixth canto ends, and then seventh canto Parikshit Maharaj is questioning Shukdev Goswami as to why Lord Vishnu helped Indra, and that is what became the reason for Diti's anger, and she desired to kill Indra by creating a progeny. So seemingly, it looks like Lord Vishnu is partial, and then the seventh canto starts with the partiality of Lord Vishnu, especially towards the demigods. And then we see Yudhishthir Maharaj. The references given, the same question was asked by Yudhishthir Maharaj to Narad Muni, and that event is quoted here, and we see the chapter ending here. So in this last shloka, Yudhishthir Maharaj is putting forth two questions, and that will become the continuation for the till chapter number 10. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking, Yudhishthir Uvacha, Vidvesho Daite Putre. So Daita means one who is, of course, now the word to word translation which Prabhupada says, Daita means his own beloved son, Putre, son. Maha Atmani, and is not an ordinary son. He is a Maha Atmani, a great soul, Prahlad Maharaj. Katham Asit Vidvesh. How was there Vidvesh? Not Dvesh, but Vishishta Dvesh, means super envy for his own son, who was Daita, who was beloved. How can there be two contradictory emotions in one person? And the second question is asking how Prahlad became such a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Bruhi me yena, please tell me by which, what was the means by which Prahladasya Achyutatmanaha. Prahlad Maharaj developed a great attachment. Atmata means Atmiyata, means great attachment to Lord Achyuta. What did he do by which he could become such a great devotee? And great devotee here is indicative of the great attachment to Lord Krishna. Now, here it may be asked that why are you asking me? Bhagavan is saying you are exalted sage. You know everything in and out. You know the minds of all the people, and that is why you tell me what was the reason for these two questions. Now here Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking these two questions, and the uh, upcoming chapter will take these two questions and elaboration will take place. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary is saying Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking to explain the means by which Prahlad Maharaj developed complete concentration or complete attachment or one single pointed focused attention in loving service to Lord Achyuta. So we will take this one word Achyut Atmana and try and understand the 3-4 lines which Prabhupada has elaborated for this thing. So today we will have a small flow in our discussion where we have to understand what is the current condition, then what is the current understanding, then we'll come to the point how to develop the actual understanding, and then we'll come to how do we practice that actual understanding and what goal is desired or what goal are we supposed to achieve, how do we reach there. So Prabhupada is translating Daita as the one who is most beloved. So Bhagavatam usually uses this word Daita to show somebody who is very dear, who is very close to his heart. And not only close to his heart, he's very pleasing and he's very merciful to that person. So Daita has 3-4 meanings which are repeatedly used. One is beloved or dear, other is pleasing, and third is merciful. So all these qualities are displayed by Hiranyakashipu for his beloved son Prahlad Maharaj. And Daita means one who is the most beloved for him. So he's a Daita Putra. Amongst the 4 kids of Hiranyakashipu, he is the most beloved. And actually he does love. And how is this kid? He's Maha Atmani. He's a great soul. He's a qualified son. And when he is a qualified son, still so much of Vidvesha, Dvesha, Vishishta envy, Vishishta hatred. So how is this happening between a father and a son? So Yudhishthira Maharaj here is expressing his amazement to this event. See, we have to tap the emotions of all the characters. When there is a speech, when there is a conversation happening, the emotions are to be grasped. And this is why we have to grasp this emotion. When we start grasping the emotions, then it will be understood that yes, we are entering the pastimes. And that is the real success of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We should be able to enter the deepest mysteries of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like we have the story in Padma Puran, which when Lord Krishna left this material world and he went back to the spiritual world, the Mahishis or the queens of Dwarka were feeling such intense separation. So the Acharya of of the Yadu Kula, he told them that you may visit the places where Lord Krishna performed his pastimes, especially in Vrindavan. So all the queens they come to Vrindavan and they are roaming around and visiting different places where Lord Krishna has performed his pastimes. And they are feeling such intense, deep separation from Lord Krishna. And when they are visiting different places, they are able to have that deep emotions for Lord Krishna. And in their travel, they come to Yamuna Devi, the river Yamuna, on the banks of river Yamuna. And when they see Yamuna Devi in person, they see that she is not at all disappointed. She is not at all morose when Lord Krishna has left. And that is where they are very amazed and they go and meet Yamuna Devi and ask her, how is it that you also are the queen of Lord Krishna? We are also queens of Lord Krishna. We are the Mahishis, we are the queens of Dwarika. And we feel such intense, deep separation from Lord Krishna. How is it that you don't seem to be feeling that pain of separation from Lord Krishna? And that is where uh, Yamuna Devi tells them that yes, I have a very powerful formula that I have applied in my life, and because of which I don't at all feel the separation of Lord Krishna. And then the Mahishis they ask, "Oh, what is that formula?" And then Yamuna Devi tells her that I have taken shelter of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet, and just by taking the dust of Radharani's lotus feet, I have that immense, I can feel that immense love for Lord Krishna. And then the Mahishis feel and understand that, oh, it was so silly on our part that we thought that becoming the queen of Dwarika or becoming the queen of Lord Krishna was the most superior position. But here we find that becoming the servant of Srimati Radharani is the topmost position. And just by becoming the servant of Radharani and taking the dust of her lotus feet, there is no more separation from Lord Krishna. Why? Because Lord Krishna can leave anybody and everybody, but he can never leave Srimati Radharani. Then they ask, oh, then what should we do to attain the mercy of Srimati Radharani and to get relief from the pangs of separation from Lord Krishna? That is where she says that you may go to Uddhav Kund and you can chant the Mahamantra in great rapt attention and with deep separation, and Uddhav will appear there. And once Uddhava appears, he will help you understand Srimad Bhagavatam. And once you absorb yourself in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Krishna, you the pangs of separation that you're feeling from Lord Krishna will be absolutely gone. So that is the power of absorption in Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Lord Krishna. So there is no more separation for us because Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. So here Yudhishthir Maharaj is expressing his amazement on the event. How can a loving father act like this to his own son whom he loved so much? So he was not able to reconcile, he was not able to understand how these two different emotions can arise in one person. And really, it is really amazing to see two roles of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu as father and Hiranyakashipu as a king. Absolutely two different roles he's taking. But as a father, he's so loving. But as a warrior, as a Kshatriya king, as a diplomat, he's absolutely harsh, and which will be seen in the upcoming chapter. He orders his soldiers to kill all the brahmanas, cows, trees, the punya druma, means the pious trees, which are highly useful in performing yajna and pleasing the Supreme Lord. So he says, you destroy all this because this is where Lord Vishnu sits and his heart lies here. So once you destroy all this, people will automatically die. Lord Vishnu will automatically die. So the diplomat is absolutely harsh, but that same cruel-hearted person has a soft corner. for his own son, and which we'll eventually be seeing in the upcoming chapters. His own son Prahlad, and he's shedding tears of affection for his own son. So that is that is genuine, that is real emotions that he has. It's not fake emotion. It is a real emotion that he has for his own son Prahlad. So every conditioned soul has these two sides. He hates somebody and he loves somebody. He has a negative part of hating others, and he has a positive part that he shows the capacity to love others also. So when we say he is a conditioned soul, means he lacks the capacity to love everyone, irrespective of their designation or the body in which they are functioning. So as a conditioned soul, he lacks the capacity to love others, but self-love or self-absorption is super high. So his focus is entirely on his self. And he has some bias that is working for him, and that is how he continues his life after life, taking one more birth, one more birth. And we see this as a repeated theme in Srimad Bhagavatam. So many people have displayed this in both sides. One is the loving side and one is the dark side, which that person faces. Kamsa and Mother Devaki, his own sister. What love and what affection, genuine love and genuine affection. But yes, but till how long? Only till he understands that she is no more good for me because she is harmful for my existence here. We see this in Daksha and Sati. She is called Dakshayani. Dakshayani means one who is the beloved child of Daksha. He loved her like his own life. But what happened to Daksha when Sati got married to Lord Shiva? Absolutely everything vanished. We see Satrajit and the other kings coming to him, gifting him so many things. Why? Because Satrajit used to tell all the other kings that yes, I'll try to marry Satyabhama to you. Initially, they showed so much of love and affection. Only when Satyabhama got married to Lord Krishna, then entire emotional parameters changed. So same thing we are seeing here in case of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu did love Prahlad Maharaj. There is no doubt in that. But till when? Till his thought process matched. When Prahlad was not crossing his limits in terms that his understanding and Hiranyakashipu's understanding matched. The moment their understanding differed, then there was a super duper fight between his father and his son. So once there are difference of opinion, he even desired to kill. And how attached are we to our opinion? We can see this in sixth canto. In our temple, we are having a regular Bhagavatam class on sixth canto, Ajamil pastime. And what attachment the Yamadutas are showing to their opinion. Super duper attachment. They thought that Yamaraj is the only authority and nobody is anybody else than Yamaraj is not the authority, and they're so attached to understanding because till now they're not challenged. Their opinion, their thought process is not challenged, and once it was challenged by the Vishnu Dutas, they broke down so badly. Srimad Bhagavatam mentions this, that they wanted revenge from whom? Vishnu Dutas. They go and chastise Yamaraj. If you can't do anything, we are going and committing suicide. If you can't punish them, we are committing suicide because we don't think that you are a good master. This is the deep attachment to the opinion. So here we see same thing. When Hiranyakashipu felt that yes, his opinion and my opinion matched, we are all good. Immediately as soon as he starts understanding that my opinion and his opinion doesn't match, and things become absolutely hazardous and difficult. And to remove this bias and to start learning to love everybody is the goal of our spiritual practices, because this bias doesn't help, and we have to understand that we are all spiritual beings and part of the same supreme lord Shri Krishna. Now the question comes, how do we remove this material part? So already it has been spoken in this first chapter 7:130, very famous shloka. In that, Prabhupada is writing this one very brilliant line. Prabhupada writes, when the mind is somehow or other fully absorbed in Lord Krishna, the material part is very soon vanquished. So remembering Krishna has that power to remove all the dark side of the person. And the spiritual part, that is the attraction to Lord Krishna, will become manifested. Once this dark part is gone, the entire thing that is left behind is the deep attraction to Lord Krishna, which naturally exists, but right now it is in a covered position, so we are not able to access. So point number 2 here is accessibility. We'll come to this point later. That access to that love has to be got. And Prabhupada writes this, that this indirectly confirms that if we think of Krishna even in envy, just like the other demons did, simply by thinking of Krishna, one will become free from all the sinful reactions, and eventually, gradually, he'll become a pure devotee. Pure devotee means what? Now he has developed that vision, that power to love anybody and everybody. Just like we see Valmiki Rishi, he was killing animals. But when he entered the spiritual zone, he started practicing spirituality. That same person who used to feel happy by killing animals, one arrow shot to one crouch bird, and his emotions are absolutely reversed now. The one who was killing is now cursing a killer. Somebody may ask Valmiki Rishi, at one time you were killing thousands of animals, and one animal shot by one hunter, and you're cursing him for his entire life, not one day, his entire life is cursing. How come this change? Because now he started loving everybody in whose contact he comes. So that is where spirituality is so powerful, and we'll speak on this point. So, and examples are given in shloka number 31. We see various shlokas. Gopis are given, Kamsa is given, Shishupal and Dantavakra. All these people are. So shloka 30 speaks about the liberation by thinking. Tat gatim. Tat gatim means what? One's cherished goal. So according to his thought process, either he'll achieve the cherished goal of prema, love for Lord Krishna, or he'll attain liberation, whatever the case may be. Just like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, Kamsa achieved Sahajya Mukti. Shishupal, Dantavakra, Paundrakya achieved Sarupya Mukti. So other enemies, either they'll be achieving Sayujya, Salokya, or suitable goal as per to what their thinking process was. Okay. So that desired goal, Tat Gatim, that desired goal is achieved just by thinking about Lord Krishna. So we need to understand that we have an impure covering, and that covering has to be purified, or that covering has to be removed. And once that covering is removed, that is what we call mukti, that is what we call liberation. Srila Prabhupada explains this in one of his talks. Prabhupada says that consciousness also means understanding. So what does liberation means? According to the statement, having the right kind of understanding of the reality. That's what liberation is. And then when we have the clear understanding, then we start working or developing that understanding. That is why in first chapter Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes about, when not first chapter, second chapter, where weakness of heart of Arjuna is spoken. Prabhupada writes, only sadhu sangha is the solution to weakness of heart. Having the proper association of Guru is the only way to overcome the weakness of heart. Now, what's so special in this sadhu sangha? See, sadhu sangha, or a sadhu, a genuine sadhu, is like a powerful believer. He has such powerful belief system that once you come in contact with him, your entire thinking process changes. He's called as a giant believer. You come for a short while in contact with this person, and his giant belief system will shake you in and out. And once you accept his belief system, you are unbreakable. You are infallible. That is what Achyuta Atmana is. Lord Krishna is infallible. Similarly, his pure devotees are infallible. And that infallible belief system, when we come in contact with that belief system, we get that belief system, we are unbreakable. We are unshakable. We have so many seminars on unshakable, unmovable. How does this come? You have to connect to a belief system. And that is where Sadhu Sangh comes into picture. A sadhu, why is a sadhu required? Why are brahmacharis required in the society? Simply because what shastras we read, they reflect those shastras. Just like Krishna says, you come to me and I'll take care of you. We have that famous shloka. But yes, we need somebody to symbolize that. We need somebody who's living that life. Most of the devotees, they work, they earn money, and they bring up their family. Where does a brahmachari, where does a sannyasi work? He doesn't work. Everything is supported by Lord Krishna. So is that living example. Yoga Kshemam Vahamiyam. I'll do everything for you. He's a living example. He has developed that faith, or he is developing that kind of faith, and Krishna is supporting his faith. Similarly, Sadhu Sangha, that giant believer faith system, when it gets installed, we automatically become unbreakable. Nothing, no condition, no person, no nothing. Somebody has said me this and I became disturbed. Nothing will happen because that understanding is so deep and it has affected our entire consciousness. That is why sadhu sang is very, very, very crucial. Wherever you get sadhu sangha, you should be more willing to take that sadhu sangha. Now, what's that reality? The reality, the clear understanding is that only Shri Krishna is the real enjoyer and Jiva is a subordinate enjoyer. Now, you may say, where is it given? Krishna has said, no, this, why so? Because it's matter of adhikar. Okay. Now, Krishna in Gita says, Bhoktaram Yagyata Prasam Sarva Loko Maheshwaram. I am the only Bhokta. I am the only enjoyer. This is reality. We have to accept it. Now, what is the adhikar of Jiva? Karmanyeva adhikaraste Mahapalishu. He has the adhikar of serving. And through service, he will enjoy more than Krishna. For that is undoubtedly. So, both have different adhikars. And this understanding of adhikar has to be very, very clear. Till the time we are not clear on our understanding of what adhikar who has got, there will always be clashes in relationship. It's so clear. Krishna is the enjoyer. We support Krishna's enjoyment, and through that we become the sub-enjoyer. So we have to understand where our adhikar lies, to what extent our adhikar lies. Now, when the Jiva, when he comes in contact with the Prakriti, his natural thought process of that serving Lord Krishna, a subservient enjoyer to Krishna, is covered, and he takes a new vritti, he takes a new identity. It is now let me replace it this by becoming a enjoyer like Krishna, and that is where a person develops envy when he thinks that this person will hinder my adhikar kshetra, my dominance. Then envy becomes, and when that envy takes huge size and shape, then killing somebody becomes very easy. It's just a thing to be done. It becomes that simple for the person who thinks that here is a person who is trying to hinder my enjoyment. And this is what exactly happens with Hiranyakashipu, and that is where in further chapter he is trying to kill Prahlad himself. So when Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking Narad Muni that how can a father show hatred to his own son whom he loved so much, then we have to come to the next chapter, which we will be connecting from tomorrow, the next chapter. In that chapter, it will be explained. Now, this is the connecting part between this chapter and the coming chapter. In the chapter number 2, it will explain how Hiranyakashipu had become a staunch enemy of Lord Krishna or Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu. So the entire theme connects where? Now let's see the connection part. Next chapter will explain how Hiranyakashipu became a staunch enemy of Lord Vishnu. And when he thought Lord Vishnu as his topmost enemy, and when he saw his own son becoming a staunch follower, a staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu, the entire envy to Lord Vishnu, which he was displaying, now shifted to his own son Prahlad, who was just 5 years old. It shifted exactly to his own son. So ultimately, we have to come to the understanding that it is envy to Lord Krishna that is the real thing we have to deal here in this material world. It is envy to Lord Krishna. This chapter number 2 will bring us to this point where we have to accept that yes, there was envy for Krishna, which is gradually reducing, but it is still there when we see somebody flourishing. That means we are not envious of the devotee. We are directly, not indirectly, directly envious of Lord Krishna. This is the point that we will be brought in chapter number 2. We do have to accept that because it's the reality. We may feel I'm envious of this, I'm envious of her, or I'm envious of him. This God brother gets so much of attention from my Guru Maharaj. It is not envy to your God brother, it is envy to Lord Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada mentions this point that connection to Lord Krishna is very, very important. Understanding Lord Krishna as he is. That is why Prabhupada writes has given Bhagavad Gita as it is, because we have to understand the mind of Lord Krishna as it is, and then we connect to Lord Krishna. Then we start seeing Krishna in every time, place, circumstance, and then we will become Achyuta Atma. We will be so deeply connected to Lord Krishna that we will see Lord Krishna everywhere. Why? Because devotees are infallible, because they are connected to Lord Krishna, who is Achyuta, who is infallible. And that is why devotees are called Achyuta Atma. And that is what exactly is the means which Prahlad Maharaj has used. The second question which Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking to Narad Muni, how did he have that deep affection? He got that connection through the giant believer called Narad. Narad Muni was continuously speaking Harikatha to Prahlad Maharaj, who was in the womb. And that giant believer Narad Muni was exact same giant believer we see Prahlad Maharaj becoming. Prahlad Maharaj thrown in fire. Prahlad Maharaj thrown in pit of snakes. Prahlad Maharaj thrown under the feet of elephant. Nothing doing. His belief system is so strong because he was so deeply connected to a giant believer. We do have the habit. We are we are made in such a way that we accept somebody else's giant system. We do have that tendency. That is why, where are we connected? Prahlad Maharaj, being in the womb of his mother, was connected to a giant believer called Narad. Similarly, we also have giant believer in our own organization called as Srila Prabhupada. How many times do we hear Srila Prabhupada's tapes? Most of devotees, even initiated devotees, we see there is one saintly person in Vrindavan whose videos are getting more and more viral. He is a genuine person. There is no doubt. He is a genuine person, and people do like hearing him. But let me ask you: yes, you can hear him. There's no doubt. But philosophically, there are a lot of loopholes in what he speaks. If you have heard him very nicely, very closely, there are a lot of loopholes in what he speaks. But yes, he's a genuine sadhu, he's a genuine soul, he's a wonderful person. But what he has spoken, same things, with same intensity, you will find in Srila Prabhupada's tapes. How frequently do we hear Srila Prabhupada? That same giant village, people say he speaks so much from his heart. You hear Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has spoken from the innermost core of his heart. You hear Prabhupada. You will find that same, or I can say even far more superior intensity. We are not comparing anybody, but we do have giant believer. And I'll quote some examples after a short while. What happens when you connect to a giant believer? And where did Prahlad learn all this? He learned from his guru Narad Muni. So what was Prahlad Maharaj's success? Prahlad Maharaj's success was he followed what his spiritual master told him to do. And all that his spiritual master had in spiritual realization, Prahlad Maharaj had everything tikto. He got everything from his Guru Maharaj. And later in 7th chapter of the 7th canto, he'll explain this very same point to his friends. 7:7:17, Prahlad Maharaj explains to his friend, Bhavatam api bhuyan me. He's saying, oh my dear friend, Bhavatam, Bhavan, oh, you all are great. You have a great lineage. Yadi Shraddha Date Vacha, please Shraddha Date, please put faith in my words. Vaisharadi Di Shraddha Data, simply by putting faith in my words, you will become Vaisharadi, you will become Visharad, you will become expert like me in understanding of devotional service. Then they say, only we, Stri Bala Nam Chaye Cha Me Yatha. Anybody and everybody, if he has intelligence, if he doesn't have intelligence, doesn't matter. He can understand every bit of spiritual truth, just like I have understood. You'll come on the level where I am functioning. This is 7:7:17, Prahlad Maharaj. Same thing you'll find in 4:22:26, Sanat Kumar to Prutu Maharaj. On power of why do we need a guru, a strong, powerful person. Yadarati Brahmani Naishtiki Puman, Acharyavan. What is this Acharyavan? Who is this Acharyavan? Acharyavan means one who possesses Acharya in his life, one who has completely surrendered his life to a spiritual master. That is Acharyavan. Acharyavan Jnana Vairagya Ramhasam Dhyati Aviryam Hridayam Jiva Kosham. Panchatmakam yonim ivo titho agni. Just like the agni burns the covering, the person who has acharya, one who is acharya one, for him jnana vairagya, by the force of these two elements, dahati, burning, aviryam means the poor covering, poor material covering which has bound the powerful soul. Aviryam hridayam jiva kosham, and that jiva is within the core of that heart. He is covered. Panchatmakam, by the five elements. Yonim, which becomes the source of his birth. Eva uttita agni, it will be burned down by the power of Acharya. Acharya one. That is what Sanat Kumar are explaining. Upon becoming fixed in attachment to the Supreme Lord. But how? By the grace of the spiritual master. What will happen? Awakening of knowledge and detachment. Okay, then next, the jiva who is situated in the body, who is covered by five elements, start burning. Burns his material surrounding, like fire which is within the wood. When it comes out, it will burn the entire wood. That is the power of becoming Acharya One. Just by having Acharya in our life, this is the power what we can get. We have got the access. That is why Prabhupada so many times quoting Chandogya Upanishad, Acharyavan Purusha Veda, Acharyavan Purusha Veda. What is this Acharyavan Purusha Veda? One who has Acharya in his life can understand Veda. That Purusha can understand Vedic literatures as they are, just by the mercy of the spiritual master, the Acharya. And in our organization, we have n number of stories. We have n number of stories. Just like 1970, 71, 72, when His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj met Srila Prabhupada for the first time, and he became deeply connected with, and already had a Vaishnava background in Manipur. And while discussing with Prabhupada, he said to Prabhupada that I want to understand the deepest leelas of Lord Krishna. So especially he was speaking about Rasa Leela. Because in Manipur, where Narottam Das Thakur had preached, there is still huge amount of Vaishnava tradition that is going, and he belonged to that Vaishnava tradition. So he knew what Rasa Leela meant. And he understood that it's a very deep Leela. It's not something just like we had Sharad Purnima recently. What is Sharad Purnima all about? It is all about the Sharadiya Ras that Lord Krishna performed. So he told Prabhupada, I want to understand this Ras Leela. Srila Prabhupada, now look at what Prabhupada is saying to. Now Prabhupada is saying to His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj that, oh, you organize seminars for scientists and you teach them Bhagavad Gita, and I guarantee you that you will understand all the deep secrets of Ras Leela. Now what is scientist community, they have such thick brains, and to tell them about Bhagavad Gita is so difficult. And His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj did that throughout his life. His entire focus was preaching to the scientific community. And we know that fateful day in 2010 when bomb blast by the terrorists took place, and Maharaj was there when the bomb blast took place. He was seriously injured, and he had to be shifted to Calcutta, and his treatment started. But the wounds were so serious that doctor said it looks difficult for him to survive in this body. And in his final days, it's all on the recording. It's all on the recording. It's not because we belong to Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, we are praising a devotee of ISKCON. No, it's there on the tapes. You can hear that. So Maharaj is singing such deep bhajans. And when they translated these bhajans, they were absolutely astounded to what depth he had about the understanding of Raslila. What is the point? It's all about getting the access to the spiritual reality. It is only possible through Acharya One, by becoming Acharya One through the agency of Guru. One more Prabhupada disciple, Srila Prabhupada disciple, Nirgun Prabhupada, every day distributing books. Prabhupada gave him Diksha on phone. He never saw Prabhupada. He came to India and he got settled in Mira Road and served there. Book distribution, daily book distribution. Later, he was diagnosed with terminal disease. And last few days, he said, I want to be in Mayapur. So he was taken to Mayapur. He was served there. And in his final days, for continuous 3 days, he was in coma. Because disease has made his body absolutely weak. And when he came out, he was beaming with smile. Can you imagine a body which is so weak and frail? Disease has taken over the body, and he's beaming with smile, great smile. And His Grace Harishori, who was Prabhupada's personal servant, so he saw him that in such great pain, he is smiling. He said, "What happened? Did you see something?" And that is where he said that I entered the arena of Ras Leela. He said, what did you do there? What are your services? He said, I am a Manjari, a very young girl. And after Ras Leela, I have the service of making a pink colored juice, which I serve to Radharani. And Radharani drinks that and she gets free from her fatigue. And again, they enter the Ras Leela arena. And this Harishwari Prabhu was like shocked. Wow. So Harishwari Prabhu was asking him, so will I also get invitation? And what is Prabhuji's Nirgun Prabhu's reply? Nirgun Prabhu is saying, yes, you will also get, but for that, you will have to follow instructions of Srila Prabhupada and you will have to serve your Shaligram nicely. Then you will also get invitation like. Now, are these people frontliners? No. Are the temple presidents? No. There is one more devotee, His Grace Radha Kunda. And he served Srila Prabhupada loyally for his life, menial services, whatever little service he could do. But he had his desire that my ashes be drowned in Radha Kund. Till date, nothing like this has happened. Somebody's ashes being immersed in Radha Kund. But since it was his desire, and I guess he was surfing in Vrindavan itself. So all the devotees, they went to the head priest, the temple committee in Vrindavan, and they requested him that here is a devotee, his name is Radhakunda Das. He has served his guru for a long time, and his desire was that his ashes be immersed in Radhakunda. And to great amazement, the thing that has never happened for anybody took place for Radhakunda Prabhu. His ashes were immersed in Radhakunda. First time happening. How? Acharyavan. For any sadhaka to return back to spiritual world is only by following the Acharya, the spiritual master. And this is the cost. Sincerity is the cost that we will have to pay. And if we are doing these two things, no need to worry whether we are qualified, we are not qualified. Just be connected to spiritual master. That's it. That's our success. Don't think that I am this, I am that, I am so fallen. That's all okay. Are you sincere? And are you following your guru? Are you following the parampara? Are you following the acharyas? That's it. That is what is required to go back. You may have knowledge, you may not have knowledge of the shastras. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Are you following the acharyas? Are you attached to your spiritual master? Yes. But when we say we are sadhaka, the main challenge is the attachment to our own opinions. That is so strong. That is so strong. And that's harming our spiritual life. We are so attached. We become attached to our opinion. We become attached to this person, to this thing, to this position, to that name, to that wealth, to that position, to that beauty. So many things. And we see in Braj Leela, Krishna broke all that. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri, what Kunti Maharani says, he broke all that in Braj Leela. Brahmaji, power broken. Indra, Aishwarya, wealth broken. Brahmana, their Shruti, their knowledge broken. And beauty, Radharani's pride is broken. Shri, she is beautiful. Yes, she felt proud. He broke that. He broke her pride. Why? Because when Krishna is functioning, he's there in the spiritual world, he doesn't like to be called Bhagwan. He says, forget me as Bhagwan, the creator, maintainer, and destructor. No, I don't want that position. I am here free of position, just like you and me. And you can read this in 4th chapter, Adi Leela. I guess it is 4th chapter from 18th, 19th shloka onwards. Krishna's mind is revealed. How can a person reach Golok Vrindavan? What is the mindset that is required? He says, I don't want to be called as supreme. You come to me as a friend, you come to me as a lover, or you come to me as a parent. That's what all I want. He has kept his position outside Vrindavan. He says, it's not applicable here. And when somebody comes with a position, I am beautiful, I am this, I am that, Krishna leaves that person because he says, I am free of all the upadhis. How come you have upadhi? In relationship, there is no need for upadhi. May it be here in this material world, may it be in the association of devotees, nothing. We don't need these upadhis. They're useless. They're all material. So Krishna does, in one sense, chastise Radharani. How come you have this pride? He chastised Arjuna in chapter first. How come you have all these impurities coming up? But then it's Vrindavan, it's a sweet place. So both parties chastise each other. And Krishna doesn't feel bad about that. Oh, I'm the Supreme Lord. And how come somebody, just like there is an event which takes place. mm, in regards to the story why Krishna wears a peacock feather. So one time Krishna and one gopi, they were sitting on the banks of a river, and Krishna understood that Radharani has understood that he is with some other gopi, and he finds out that she's coming with great anger. And Krishna, as soon as he understands, the gopi takes form of another river, she flows away, and Krishna takes form of a snake and is a water snake. He crosses the river and goes to the other side of the river, thinking that he won't be caught. But when he reaches the bank as a snake, he finds a peacock standing there. And who's that peacock? It is nobody other than Radharani. And Radharani, when we know how much a peacock loves a snake, huh? As soon as he sees Radharani, he sees Krishna as a snake, she takes that snake in her beak, and left, right, she's hitting him head and tail and body, entire body is shaking because she's banging Krishna here and banging Krishna there, and the snake is crying, please leave me, this is the last time, you'll never see me again with somebody else, please forgive me, please. And Radharani, she's such a kind-hearted soul, so she says, okay, no more doing all these things, so we'll meet next time. So he leaves, and that is where Krishna takes his form. And that peacock, one feather of the peacock falls, and Krishna says, I'll keep this on my head to tell the world that yes, I was defeated by my beloved devotee. And yes, this is how that indication of peacock feather shows that he was, time and again, he was defeated by the love of Radharani. So, yes, this is a beautiful place, Vrindavan. But how do we reach that? That correction of attitude is must, and the difficulties that we face in our lives are exclusively to make that correction in the attitude. And what is the attitude that will harm a devotee? Just like I'll share my personal example, please excuse me. But yes, I am a student, I am a learner. So this year, after 4 years, we have it was declared that we'll be having Maharaj's Yatra. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj will be taking for Yatra. And after 4 years, can you imagine 4 years no Yatra? And it's so normal that everybody wants to be with Maharaj in his Yatra. So I also was thinking that yes, maybe I'll also get an opportunity to be there in Maharaj's Yatra. Uh, and the list was declared that who all will be going to Yatra, and to great amazement, my name was not there. So I was really very upset. I mean, I thought that after 4 years, we have this Yatra and my name is not there. So it was absolute great anger within me, and I wasn't finding a forum to show up. And what happened was, we have our own group of brahmacharis where we post all the communications. And they posted that Maharaj is having Mahat Satsang in GV. So all those who are going for Maharaj's Yatra are not required. Let others who have not come, let them come for Maharaj's Mahat Satsang. So that was the time somehow that emotions erupted, and I shot message after message that how is it that these decisions are made, and the main thing was what I am not taken. See, others are going, that is okay. I am not taken. So that was more painful because I am not going to the yatra. And that was, and I shot message after message, but and the reply came, this is not the forum, we can speak sometime else. So I said, okay, forget it. So, and that day, to great amazement, His Holiness Bhakti Karunamai Vanmali Swami Maharaj, he was here in Nasik. And Maharaj said that I will be addressing all the brahmacharis. And now look how Krishna arranges for all those things. And Maharaj says, I won't speak on any particular topic. If you have any questions, you let me know. And the first question that was asked was, what is the contribution of a brahmachari in the organization? That was the question that was asked, and Maharaj started replying. And Maharaj, he said, my brahmachari life was very peaceful and blissful because I always had this thinking that Krishna has given me more than I deserve. And this one line hit me so bad because that was answer to all my questions. He then narrated his entire journey of till date, how he had to go through different difficult situations where he was an ex-army man, and he all of a sudden left the army because he felt that there were a lot of challenges in his life. His mother was seriously sick and he couldn't do much for his mother, so he left and abruptly he joined the temple, and army was behind him. So every day he was praying to Lord Krishna that somehow, please save me. And he was saying that Krishna did protect me time and again. Why? Because of this one thought process that Krishna is giving me more than I deserve. That one line gave me so much of hope, so much of solace. The same point I spoke, Sadhu Sang, that doubt which was burning right in my mind from so long, when the list was displayed to the date when Maharaj spoke that Krishna is giving more than I deserve. And to great amazement, what happened was immediately after that, one devotee from one ISKCON center, he approached me. He said, Prabhuji, uh, you know Katha and you can speak well in Marathi language. So would it be possible for you to join us on a 7-day Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra? I was like, yeah, why not? 7 day. And to great amazement, when Maharaj's Yatra is in last phase, 2 days are remaining for Maharaj's Yatra. That is the time when we'll also be reaching there. So at least for 2 days, we will be getting to hear from His Holiness Radhanand Maharaj. So I was so happy. But the point is, Krishna corrected that we have to understand that Krishna has his own plans. Krishna is giving me more than I deserve. More than I deserve. This is so when we start focusing on me, why I was not able to go, then that becomes a trap. Because focusing on thinking that I am getting more than what I deserve will make me also happy and others also happy. And this is the same exact thing we'll see in Ras Leela. The famous shloka where Ras Panchayat starts, Shri Badarayani Ruach, Bhagwan Apita Ratri, Sharad Utfulla Mallika, Viksharantum Manachakre, Yoga Maya Upashritaha. Krishna, what does he do? Yoga Maya Upa Ashrita. He takes shelter of the same internal potency, his own potency. Manas Chakri has made up his mind that I want to enjoy. Rantum is enjoyment. So Krishna, to fulfill his purpose, he employed his spiritual energy. Now look how he employed that energy. Now it is Sharad Rutu. And no Mallika flower comes in Sharad Rutu. But that time Mallika flowers have. Huh? And Mallika flowers don't open in night, they open in day. But here Mallika flower is opening at night. So here all are coming to fulfill desire of Lord Krishna. So by taking shelter of Guru Shri Shukdev Goswami, now here Shukdev Goswami is called Badarayani. He is not called Shukavacha. Why is called Badarayani? Because he took shelter of his Guru. He took shelter of his Guru, his own father, and that is how he was able to understand the mind of Lord Krishna. That is why Badarayani Uvacha. That Shuka was able to enter the mind of Lord Krishna, understand his desire, and tell the whole world this is what he's thinking right now. Apita Ratri. And when did he call? Ratri, at night time. Night time is the intense mode of passion and ignorance. And intense mode of passion and ignorance, you're performing your topmost Leela at this point of time. What does Krishna want to tell the world? The time may be anything. Anybody who associates with me will be 100% pure. Whatever he does with me is 100% pure. So time doesn't matter if you're in connection with Lord Krishna. But the ordinary conditioned souls are not able to understand this. They feel that this is some kind of perverted activity that Lord Krishna is performing. To fulfill their personal desire, they'll go to Krishna. Please help me marry this boy or this girl. But when they see Krishna enjoying, oh, they can't understand. Why? Because here Yoga Maya is in work. The external energy won't allow us to understand, but the internal energy will surely allow us to understand. And Who is the representative of internal energy? Nikunjayu Ratikeli Siddhare Yaya Libiri. And the spiritual master is the sole proprietor here, who is directly representative of whom? Radharani. Where Nikunjayu Ratikeli, that Ratikeli Lila of the Nikunja can be understood by Guru, and that Guru helps us understand this. So Vishwanath Chakravarti writes why this Ras Leela event is created. This last Leela because Krishna wants to taste the brilliant feminine qualities, and here he says that his this Leela is so designed that Krishna will now take the main role. The role which a lady takes in loving affairs is now taken by Lord Krishna, and the gopikas will take the role of a male. Male means the dominated, and now Krishna will become the dominator in loving affairs. Most of the times the ladies they have a dominating hand, but here Krishna reverses just to show that yes, if you do everything that I want, I will give you access to entire arena of the topmost emotions. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is quoting Sri Rupa Goswami. He says, Kaishoram Safali Karoti Kalyana Kunje Viharam Hari. Lord Hari perfects his youth by arranging loving pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan forest. So this is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes Sri Rupa Goswami. So final one point that I would like to end here is, even though Shri Krishna appeared externally indifferent to the gopis, but the gopis' desire to serve Krishna was not slackened. There was not one drop of affection that was reduced. In their association, Krishna showed opposite tendency. He was a proud lover, Vamya Bhav. And gopis were obedient like men, Dakshinya Bhav. But still they didn't leave. They didn't leave. That is the sign of love. When you are loyal to your guru to that extent, Krishna is easily available. Just like in the life of Mirabai, we see her husband who was a royal prince, and Mirabai told her father that I will not marry any man simply because I want to worship my Girdhar Gopal, and no man would allow her to be 24-hour immersed in Krishna worship because she is a female. Okay, she has other duties also. So in her relation, there was this one boy, poor Singh, who understood that she is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. He goes to her and tells her that, see, anyways, you have to get married because you're a girl. Your parents won't allow you to stay alone. So, if you marry me, because he loved her, genuinely he loved her. If you marry me, I'll allow you to worship Krishna 24 hours a day. And Mirabai says, okay, but I have one condition. He says, I accept all conditions, whatever. He loved her so much. He said, you will not touch me anytime. Till we both are alive, you will not touch my body because this body belongs to Krishna. He said, anything you say is agreeable. Okay, done. Both get married. And he helps Mirabai making garlands for Krishna, this, that. And he is doing all other duties of his kingdom. But one day, the neighboring kingdom, they attack this Kuwar Ajay Singh and he gets badly hurt. So badly hurt that his body is nothing but all wounds over his body. His skin is torn apart, bleeding. Somehow they stitch his body and they keep him in his palace. At that time, Mirabai is personally serving him because he's so badly wounded. And one day, Mirabai, while serving him, she starts singing bhajans of Lord Krishna. And she's so immersed in that bhajan, Krishna appears before her. And as soon as she sees Krishna, she starts running. And she starts running, and Krishna enters through the window and he goes away. Mirabai has lost her senses. She runs behind Krishna, and when she's about to jump from the window, running behind Krishna, this is the time when Ajay, this Kuwar Singh, he sees her, and she's like, she will die if she jumps. And in that painful situation, he runs to her, and in that running, all his stitches get open. It starts bleeding, and he catches her, he holds her, and when he holds her, she comes to her senses and she understands that this guy is holding me and she's very upset. But when she sees that to save me he did this, Then she understands, oh, it was not an impulsive behavior, it was for saving me. And the wounds are now so bad in condition, he is absolutely in pain. At that time, Mirabai says, I'm so grateful to you that you saved my life. And that is the time this Gaur Singh, he says, I have one last desire. Can you fulfill that desire? She says, what is your desire? Then he says that I want to see Radha Rani and Krishna together. I want to see Radha Girdhari. And she intensely chants bhajans for Lord Girdhari Gopal. He comes and he gives darshan. But Mirabai sees that Radharani is not there. She again sings and Radharani comes. Both of them come. And she prays to Lord Krishna that please give him your darshan. And Krishna says, okay. And Mirabai tells her husband, see Lord Krishna and Radharani has come. But he says, I can't see. Then she tells Krishna, he's not able to see you. And Krishna says, he won't be able to see me. You have to give your drishti, the power of sight to him, then he'll be able to see. Prema Anjana Churita Bhakti. That vision you have to give. So for time being, she becomes blind. She donates her vision to her husband. And then he is able to have that beautiful darshan of Girdhar Gopal, Radha Girdhari. And having that darshan, he leaves his body. And Lord Krishna transfers back that drishti to Mirabai. And she finds him that he's already left the body. What the point? The point is, just like Mirabai's husband served her loyally for his entire life, he was not qualified to see Radha Krishna. But being connected, being loyal to her, he was able to have access to the ultimate reality of the spiritual world. The divine couple was before him. How was it possible? Acharyavan. He was Acharyavan. He had Acharya who were deeply connected to Lord Krishna. So they are also that fortunate. We have Acharya like Srila Prabhupada in our life. We have our Vartaman Acharyas who are also very, very powerful. So let's not miss this opportunity at any given point of time by trying to search outside Prabhupada teachings. Not because we are fanatics, because it's the truth. We have everything in place. Only thing is we have to follow and be sincere. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. What a beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much. Certainly, Prabhu, I loved the points when you said we have to just follow our Guru Maharaj's Vani. And our Srila Prabhupada, dear Srila Prabhupada, is the best example. He came to West all the way just to preach. Even he could have stayed in Vrindavan, you know. And his Guru Maharaj said, when you have money, you print. And what Srila Prabhupada did, he made the biggest spiritual printing press in the world, BVT, biggest. Nobody's beating. This is our Srila Prabhupada. Certainly, we just need to follow Srila Prabhupada. And I love your point, Prabhu, that problems will make us stronger. So sometime, you know, stupids like me get problem and I get frustrated. But the classes are amazing enough to teach us that problems will come, and we should become stronger with those problems. So thanks to the problems, actually. So thank you, Prabhu. That was a very beautiful point. And Prabhu, your realization was amazing. Wow, Jai Jagannath, your realization was so beautiful. This is when we see Krishna, you know, through his mercy and beautiful pastime of Mirabai. Oh Krishna, so beautiful, Prabhuji. And I'm sure we all are connected to Srila Prabhupada, and with our stronger bhajan, we will certainly see Radha and Krishna, Prabhu. There is no doubt in that. So beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for being with us. Thank you for your realization, and thank you for all the pastimes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there is also Revati Mataji. I know she liked the point when you narrated your own realization with Jagannathji. Tiffany Mataji loved your Mirabai pastime. Shiromani Nanda is there. Sumi Ravi Mataji is there. So Prabhuji, everybody, beautiful class, Prabhuji, beautiful class. Thank you, Prabhu. in the Modar month, if we can just be connected to Krishna more and more and more, it's sale month, so 999% off. Nothing like we have here in Canada and US,
Oh.
that boxing sale and whatnot, Prabhu. This is the biggest boxing sale. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dear devotees, if anybody has any questions or realization, you can please raise your hand, unmute yourself, and speak to Prabhuji. Right now is the moment. Dear Govinda Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I think Prabhu is unmuted, I think so. Wow, Lalita Mataji and Deenabandhu Prabhuji. Usually Mataji and Prabhuji never write a comment. They are always there in classes. It's such a beautiful. I would love to read this comment, Prabhuji. Dear Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, whose father wanted to bless him to be a great devotee of Radha Rani. Hari Bol. With your powerful association, we are feeling the potencies of Kartika month, Srimati Radha Rani month. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. You're grateful. Lalita Mataji and Deenabandhu Prabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji.
They are always been a guiding light for me.
They are always there, Prabhuji. There is not a
always
class.
To see them, this classes are given. There is no agenda for coming to Bhakti Sangha now. It's only seeking their association. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, you're so true, Prabhuji. I just see Lalita Mataji there all the time with her folded hands. Yes. And I'm like, what quality I have just to be in front of her? Like, I have no qualities. I am so fallen. And she and Prabhu is always there to bless us.
Always there. And it's not that they want only senior people or more popular people. My classes or anybody else's classes, both of them are there. So for me, it's like something really. For me, getting association of my spiritual master is not always possible. But both of them seeing his qualities and their qualities almost match. So for me, having their darshan is like seeing my spiritual master there before me.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So true, Prabhuji. With their folded hands, actually, they are blessing us. so much potency, Prabhuji. So much potency. Thank you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Vrinda Gopika Mataji has written a beautiful big message for you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Koti Koti Danva Pranam, Prabhuji. Inspiring us. Feel so bad this year. Also not qualified to enter in Shridham Vrindavan. This my health not supporting. Please pray for all Bhakti Sangha Mataji and Prabhu. They enter in Sridham Vrindavan by mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji, we need all of your blessings, you senior devotees. So please bless us. Please bless us, Prabhuji. You too. You are always in service. So it all comes in the line. So Hare Krishna Shamagori Mataji, Tanva Pranam. Thank you for inviting Prabhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your association. Your association, gives us so much, inspiration, and you tell so many stories, so many examples you give. That is so amazing, Prabhuji. Like you told the incidents of going to yatra, and Krishna arrange yatra for you. That is, that's what you deserve. That's what, and you are always preaching, Prabhuji, and you are always giving classes, always busy. That shows how much you are giving for Srila Prabhupada's movement. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhuji, one question comes into my mind. Sorry, Prabhu. So, when this incident happened to you, we certainly, when we think, oh, I must have been there, even though it's service, right? And we get a little frustrated at the moment. It's very difficult to control us, sometimes emotions, because they are so much connected sometimes to Krishna, to Guru, and we actually want to go advance spiritually, but at the moment it's like not understanding. So it has happened to you now, Prabhu. So you can tell us what to do in that moment, how to understand this is Krishna's mercy. He's planning something big for us. So how to do that, Prabhuji?
Yes, this is a very common event that happens with all the sadhakas, that we have certain things which we feel are of service to Lord Krishna.
So true.
But then it's up to Krishna whether to accept my service. Most of the times we are not attached to the services. Most of the time we are attached to the enjoyment that comes with the service.
True, so true.
So Krishna wants to make this very clear, that service enjoyment will always be byproduct of service. And this is the mood that is very prominent in Golok Vrindavan. There is a time when Radharani's services are not required, she will stay aside. Krishna will be with some other gopi. And there are times when only and only Radharani's services are required, no other devotees are seen there. So it's up to Krishna to decide as to which service he desires from us. So that understanding has to be made clear. And this kind of events do help us have that clarity, that it's not about me anymore now, it's about my beloved, my Guru Maharaj, my Lord Krishna. What kind of services?
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I can just meditate during chanting on this line today, Prabhu. It's such a strong line. Sometime Radharani is not there and some other gopi is there, and sometime only Radharani is there. So beautiful to meditate on, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This is just a gift for me for today. So, Prabhuji, so many devotees who are thanking you for the class. Prabhu, to you came. Vishwanath Prabhuji is there. Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Hemi Mataji, of course, Lalita Mataji, and Dinabandhu Prabhu. Sumi Ravi Mataji, Nandanani Mataji. Hanji Mataji, Shamakuri Mataji.
Can you read the chat that Vishwanath Prabhuji said? I didn't understand.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Vishwanath Prabhuji is saying, Hare Krishna, such a wonderful class and powerful points. Agree. Thank you for your reassurance in Srila Prabhupada's word. If you simply believe, I have not come here to cheat you, your life will be perfect. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. It was
I am very expert in copying, Prabhuji, so nothing belongs to me.
Are Prabhu, you have given so much mercy that we are copying whatever you have said.
Yeah, I may have, but it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Prabhupada and his dear devotees.
But you know, Prabhu, we don't really listen to Mirabai's stories in our ISKCON classes. So thank you so much for bringing up that, because that is pure love, Prabhuji. That is just pure love. So thank you for bringing that up. I love that story, Prabhuji. Love that pastime. So thank you, dear devotees, for staying back. If nobody has any questions or any further comments, we will end the class here. Everybody can unmute yourself and pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalapataru. Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Gauranga. Gauranga, Nityananda.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Radhe Radhe.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Gauranga.
Nityananda.
Hare Krishna.
Nityananda. Hare Krishna.
Nityananda. Gauranga.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Nanda Gaur Hari Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you, dear devotees.
We'll be ending the call here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.